All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So I'm going to do a quick weed sector review looking at tilray, CGC, and ACB. Man, how sad is this Tilly chart right here? All right, there's not too much more I can say. What looked like couldn't break it. Finally breaking the 200, finally getting over all five and ready to fly, turns into nothing but back to where we were not that long ago. All right, I saw a lot of comments about dilution coming in. Like, that's just a horrible thing to hear on any stock. All right, dilution is a bad word, and for me, losing the 200 really is the biggest thing that I'm seeing here. Obviously, we're under the 8 and the 20. Just a lot of bad happening here. These are not looking good either, right? CGC, I'm not honestly sure what that one looks like. I am assuming that it is not doing well given what this looks like. And honestly, again, ACB, I don't know what that one looks like anymore. I'm assuming it wasn't that long ago that weed was like my biggest focus when I woke up to look at tickers. You know what I mean? It has definitely fallen off the radar the last couple, really the last week, the last few days, right? And this was the nasty one. This one really was the start of this Monday. But yeah, before we go any further and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can please subscribe to the channel, share this video online with your friends, comment good or bad. Look, anything you can do helps me so much with these YouTube algorithms, but for real, just being here, giving me your time is super appreciated, all right? So let's get into it. And again, bad things happen when key moving averages are lost, all right? We were hunting a break of all 5 and fly. All right, we were watching it here, watched it actually happen and start kind of going. But man, it never ever did it. What's that 311 line? Look at that. So like, oh, look at that too. Is there anything actually there? Is there a candle down there? Yeah, it's half of that big one. Damn. That 311 line was actually a really important line too. Interesting. End of the day, man, like I said, it's so sad. And over the weekend, someone in the comments started mentioning dilution, all right? Rumors of dilution. And the one thing I said was, look, I have no idea when things like that are going to happen, right? I get the news the same time you do, sometimes later, right? Most of the time, I don't even read the news. You know that, right? One thing I said though was it's good to have the idea of the rumor in the back of your head, but don't react until it happens, all right? When the news dropped and the 20 was lost and we fall to the 200, there were some, and again, we were up here before that, right? Like there were signals from the technicals that the news was bad. The next day when we lose the 200 again and we come down, right? Like we then get a doji, and the day after the doji today doesn't seem like a significant loss, but we are now under the 50 as well, right? We're now basically here, if I'm not, yeah, give or take here, right? So there's a lot of reason to believe we're coming down at 220. There just is. MACD looks like it's a day away from falling below the dashes and going back into the negative. It wasn't that long ago we were just living in the negative, right? RSI was living well up here and holding up here. We're now coming back down to where we've been before, and really it looks like it's not even ready to start curving back up yet. And yeah, the last 5 days especially have been significantly bad volume, right? So when you have bad, and we only have 4 things to judge, again, it's hard to argue that this is going to come down to 220, all right? Ideally, 220 is a monster bounce. Ideally, we hit 220 and come back up to 250, maybe even try to go back up to 275, right? The way I see it right now, it's going to be, I don't want to say it, it's going to be really hard to get back over that line. I also imagine I'm going to start to see the 20 start to curve down, and it's going to become another battle with the 200 moving average being the one on the top. That's really what I'm assuming at this point. We had our shot to fly, and man, it couldn't do it, and that's just so sad. All right. Where's the weekly at? Yeah, again, I mean, the weekly's devastating. We've been killing it on the 8, crushing the 20, crushing the 50. Reasons to break the 8, go to the 20, break the 20, go to the 50, break the 50, go to the 100. There was reasons to believe it. We break the candle, couldn't get a good confirmation, couldn't get a good confirmation. I no longer believe in that 50 being broken anymore. You know what I mean? So again, there's a lot of reason that this thing's saying coming down to 217. That lines up pretty well with my 220 right here. We must bounce. Otherwise, the problem is, I'm going to delete this line, all right? But if we go below this line, all I'm seeing is green, 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 red, red, red. Like, it might be a devastatingly fast fall to 170 if we lose $2.20, okay? So it's all about the 100 moving average at this point. And let's be honest, this right here, this 250 is going to be really hard to break. It's pretty much exactly where the 200 is. It's pretty much where the 50 looks like it's going to be going. It's also looking like where the, like, in not that long from now at 250, I'm expecting 1, 2, 3 lines. I am. And you know, I think it's hard to break 1. You know, I think it's hard to break 2. You know, it's hard for me to, it's going to be hard to break 3. All right. That was the moral of the story there. So Tilray, it's been a lot of fun being bullish on weed stocks, especially knowing how long I've been so pessimistic and so bullish, like, and bearish, excuse me. Like, it's been a real bad time for weed. I've really enjoyed being really bullish basically since July. You know what I mean? I have to go back to being bearish, and it really started by losing the 8 and the 20. It's magnified by losing the 200, and it's now just getting scary that we might lose all 5. Break all 5 and fly, lose all 5 and die. All right? Do not lose 220 on Tilray. Hey, let me know if you disagree. You know that, right? Like, I'm not here believing I'm right all the time or any silliness like that, okay? Yeah, I said in the beginning, I honestly had no idea what CGC looked like. Like, this thing has fallen off my radar. Damn. And again, like I said, it made sense to me that it's going to look like Tilray. I keep saying it. Look, I'm not here saying Tilray's the best of the weed companies. I'm not here saying I know a single fundamental fact about Tilray or any other weed stock for that matter. Tilray leads the sector in terms of the technical charts. All right, that's something I've been saying for a while. That's something I sincerely believe. If Tilray is doing bad, it's going to be pretty hard for a CGC or an ACB or anything in between to do anything else. All right, and what's this doing? It's losing the 8 and losing the 20. It's showing me that we're about to come to the 100, making me really believe that we're probably going to come here. This wanted to break the 200 and fly, clearly couldn't do it. One candle over it means nothing. All right, red over green is not good. Red over green is not good. They're both signaling the same thing. They're both making me believe that the green wants to keep going lower and lower. This is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. There are only 4 things we can look at, right? And bad, that's 4. That's not good, you know? Where's the weekly at? Again, the weekly was making me believe we were going to go up. I no longer believe that, and I have to believe that we're coming down to 66. Maybe this 50% candle will hold at 72. Where's 72 at? That's basically this right there. And give or take, I think that 60 number, what was it, 66? Yeah, 66 cents. Give or take. I'm kind of seeing the 50 going up. It looks like it's flattening out. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes to around 63 to 66 over the next couple days. So CGC, there's not a lot for me to say here. All right. Like I said it on the last one. I'm going to say it was really fun being really bullish on weed stocks. All right. There was so much pain here and all that. I hope people banked money. I do. I hope people aren't like sitting here saying, there is no guarantee that we'll bounce from here and go back to the 200. There's no guarantee that even if we come to the lower, like the way I see it is if we can bounce from the 100, hopefully we'll get to the 8. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm believing we're going to go here and go green, 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 red, 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 green, 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 green. I know I say those words a lot. The lines matter more to me. Once we lose the 8, I start to believe it's going to be really hard to get back over the 8. Once we've lost the 8 and the 20, oh my God, it's even more magnified. And look, today's only a single day under the 20. Let's see what tomorrow does. But yeah, I'm here assuming, again, bad, bad, bad. Makes me have to assume bad, right? So again, let me know if you disagree or not. That is CGC, and then let me wind it out with ACB. Again, when Tilly does bad, it's hard for me to believe others are going to do good, okay? The funny thing here is we get over the 200 but don't confirm. We don't confirm. This was a seemingly good day. This was the first day back over the 200 and over the big candle, and then it failed. So I don't want you to believe that this 14 was a good candle and then this one was a confirmation. No, no, no. No, no, no. This day right here was still trying to regain where it was. This day was, hey, able to get over, and I'll give you that much credit, but you couldn't follow through, okay? Where are we now? We're back at the 200, making me believe that we're actually probably going to come back down here. So this was a pretty short video, and end of the day, it just, I don't want to just repeat words or like there's nothing but bad on a 1, 2, 3, 4. There's nothing but bad on now the 3 of 3 weed stocks. There's not too much hope I can give on this video. All right, we're back under the moving average. It's really hard to believe that this thing's not going to come back down to 60. All right, I hope profits were banked. I really do. The weed sector's at the mercy of a lot of different things. There's not a lot of things. I don't like to blame manipulation and this and that, but yeah, there's a lot of people that don't want weed to be legal. All right, that's just a simple fact. There's a lot of rules today that are set up for these weed companies to actually not succeed or not do as well as they should. All right, like these are just the simple realities of where we're at. Okay, and you know, it was a beautiful couple moments. I think that's all that it is right now. All right. Hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully we make some monstrous bounces. I said this week I was expecting bad and next week I was expecting good. I don't know how much of that next week I'm expecting good is still around. You know what I mean? So let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you disagree. Otherwise, you know it. Thank you. Thank you.